In today's video, we're talking about how to get coaching clients. Now, I think one of my biggest pet peeves about the internet right now is that, yes, there's a lot of people teaching this stuff, and it's not wrong. But they're sharing only one way. Like, this is the only way to get coaching clients. You have to run Facebook ads into a webinar. Does that work? Yes. Does that work for everybody? No, because it's not in alignment. No, you have to use Instagram and you got to post 3 times a day. Does that work for some people? Yes. Does it work for everyone? No, because it's not in alignment. Well, you got to start a Facebook group. You need a book funnel. You've got to create a funnel and drive traffic to it. No, you got to do podcasts. No, you got to do collaborations. No, do they all work? Yes. Will they work for you? Maybe, maybe not. We got to ask some deeper questions. And that's what I want to start with in this video. And then we're going to transition into a framework so you can plug in the things that are in alignment with you. You can plug that into your framework and then make decisions and build your client acquisition system, meaning predictable clients every single day, every single week, into plugging it into the framework and making sure that it fits for you. If that interests you, stick around and let's get into it.
Yo, what's up? My name is Rubix and welcome to the coaching channel. If you'd like to learn how I went from zero education and working the oil rigs to selling well over $1 million of coaching and building an online business and performance coaching empire along the way, subscribe to this channel and I'll show you how.
Alrighty, so what moves do we have to make in order to get coaching clients? Now, I love consistency. I love predictability. I want to know and I like to know that, hey, we have $25,000 or $50,000 or $80,000 of business coming away this month. Maybe for you, that goal is $5,000 or $10,000 or $20,000 a month, whatever that is for you. It's nice to know that you have a system that brings in clients. Now, here's what most people do wrong. Is they say, oh, I need a system, so I'm going to Google what is the best system in order to get clients, or what's the best way to get clients, and then they just copy whatever is given to them, and although it's not fundamentally wrong, it's generally misaligned with you, your soul, your goal, what you want, and the life you want to create. And if we don't have alignment within it, then we're probably going to procrastinate, we're probably going to sabotage, we're probably going to do all of these things, chase shiny objects, and never really actually enjoy your business. Been there, done that. Been there, done that many times. I made that mistake around the $50,000, $60,000 a month mark in my coaching business. Is I started doing things that were out of alignment. And I paid the price for it. I paid a few months of massive pain for it. And I was like, I will never, ever do anything that's out of alignment. And oftentimes we're not conscious that we're doing something out of alignment. We just never ask the question, what do I actually want? What do I actually want? Build that. Build that. So really, I broke this into 4 main parts. Now, before we get into part 1, if you're new to this channel, subscribe. If you've been here for a while but you haven't yet subscribed or you haven't really engaged with the content, that's my only ask. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if this is helpful. Let me know what else you'd like to see. Let me know if you disagree with something. I love conversation. I love being told I'm wrong on something because it forces me to look. Am I actually wrong? Is there more depth? Is there something I can deeper dive into here? And so I love any and all feedback. So use the comments for that. And with that said, first thing that I'm really big on working with clients is alignment. It's an inside-out game. If we're trying to build a business or trying to get success, we're trying to feel successful by treating it like an outside-in game. When I get here, I'll be successful. When I get here, I'll be a great coach. When I work with 10 clients, then I'll consider myself a coach. Instead of an inside-out game, here's all the reasons that I know I'm a great coach. Here's all the reasons that I'm already successful. Here are all the reasons. Here is how I know I'm already wealthy. Now, the financial part might be coming, but here's how I'm wealthy. Wealth and success and abundance has nothing to do with the money in your bank account. That's what we've been told to believe, but it has nothing to do with it. It has everything to do with a feeling. How you feel, how much you trust the universe or yourself or God or whatever you may believe in, how much you trust yourself to be able to create the life and the business of your dreams. Abundance is a feeling that everything will be okay. You've made it this far in life, and so far everything's been okay, and abundance is really tapping into that feeling. Everything will be okay. We've got to start there. We usually spend a week or 2 weeks. I don't care if the coach has 15 years experience or like 3 months or how much they think they know or don't know. We always start with this. Who do we have to become? Who do we have to be? And then we operate from that place to create a reality instead of saying, well, I want to create this reality, so I have to do all this stuff, and then I'll become successful, I'll become this. It doesn't work. We're constantly in lack, and it's like a never-ending loop. I've been there, done that, I get it. Once I said, okay, who am I? Who am I becoming? Who am I going to be today? I'm going to choose. How am I going to show up? As a powerful coach? As a coach who speaks his truth? It starts with that. Because what the next piece of the puzzle is, if we're creating a framework here, is first, it's an inside-out job, and we have to have the courage to show up and speak our truth. If we can do that, we move into the second piece, which is really the connector. How do you plan on connecting? What's in alignment with you? Is it YouTube? Is it a podcast? Is it collaborations? Is it stages? They all work. But what pulls at your soul the most? What pulls? I've got a podcast, 2 podcasts. I've got a Facebook, an Instagram, and a YouTube. The only way I'm able to run so many channels is we have this beautiful team that supports, that helps, and we all collaborate to create it. I could not do it myself. When I first started, I had 1, Facebook. Then I had YouTube, 2. Then I had a podcast, 3. And as it kept growing, I just made sure that we had beautiful people taking care of the back end so it could actually be brought and manifested and created. If you try to do all of those things solo, you're probably going to crash and burn. Pick 1 or 2 ways that you plan on connecting with consistency that pull at your soul and you're excited to develop your skill in that platform. If you're not willing to share your truth, to show up courageously, to say, here I am, then don't move on to step 2 or 3. Start with, who am I? How do I want to show up? Who do I have to be? And then become it. Now your content will be so much more powerful. We're oftentimes looking for some strategic, like, yes, there's some strategy to content, and there's days, and there's times, and there's hashtags, and all this stuff, but it's secondary to how you show up. When I first started, I didn't know what I was doing on social media, but the one thing I did well is I showed up and spoke the truth. Now, this is way back in the fitness days. I had 3 niches total, but I had the fitness space, then I had the mindset space, the energy space, and then I moved into sales and marketing because I loved it so much, and it really all has to do with the same thing. It's really no different. And I love the psychological aspect and I just love marketing. I think it's like the gateway to creating people's dreams. Because if we can't market ourselves or a product or service, no one's going to know about us. And that, I think marketing is a great connector. And if you want to connect with your audience, you've got to market yourself. But if you're not confident in yourself, if you're not confident about what you create, or if you're not confident about your product or your program or what you're delivering, or you as a coach and calling yourself a coach, those marketing efforts will probably fall flat. I'm not the guy who's like, hey, it's impossible. I think anything is possible. But it's probably going to fall flat. People probably will be like, yeah, whatever. Cool. Why should I listen to you? Because you're not even sure why people should listen to you, and that comes across in the energy. So number 1, inside out job. Who do we got to be? Show up powerfully as a leader. Number 2 is the connector. What 1 or 2 channels are you going to use to connect? Number 3, really doing your research on what do people actually want. Not only will this help develop your product, your program, your coaching program, your offer, your service, but it's also going to help you develop the content that would actually connect. To me, this is fun. I'm always like, what do people want? From all the comments or from what people are saying, or if you don't have an audience at all yet, then research. What are other people's audiences saying? What would really serve them? What topics on YouTube and on Instagram and on Facebook really blow up, and how can I make my own spin of that? To me, that's like the science experiment, and then you create. Now, not every piece of content, even when you're showing up powerfully, is going to be a hit. Not all of our content is a hit, nor should it be. Like, that's okay. Not everything you do is going to work out. But the one piece, or the pieces that work out, it's like the 80-20. Not all of your content's going to create all your traffic, but 20% probably of all of your content is going to create 80% of your traffic. And then what you do is you take those pieces of content and you take the connectors and you take the topics you talked about and you're like, okay, how do I talk about more about that? So we're really doing the 80-20 on the 20. From everything we created, how can we talk more about this? How can I create content around this? How can I inject myself into this? How can I make it different than everyone else's? Because I'm different and I show up as myself. Cool? Then we move on to the next piece, which is really inviting and have the courage to challenge. I say invite instead of sell, although it is the exact same thing, and sales is service. But sometimes, because of the words we're using, we're like, sales. So I just say service, invite. You will rarely find any piece of content. I'm not saying drop your links and spam and be like, hey, you have to sign up and pay here. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying an invitation. Here's an example, and this isn't like scripted, this isn't pre-planned, this is just genuine. It's like, I know a lot of coaches are stuck. I know they have something inside them, but they're stuck. And if you want to break through that, if you want to break free from that, if you want to have a breakout experience, then check out the Coaches University. Book a call, apply, check it out. If this is speaking to you, I'm just giving you an example here. If this is speaking to you, this is what you could do at the end of your content. If this is speaking to you, if you're ready to level up, if you're ready to step up, then here's what I invite you to do next. Book a call, or check this out, or check that out, but have a call to action, invite. And then when you do get on a call with someone, don't be afraid to challenge them. If you go into every sales call needing the sale so bad, you're never going to get them. If you go into sales calls or clarity calls or discovery calls and you're like, whatever the outcome is here, I'm leaving you a better person than you were when you showed up to this call, and I'm going to challenge you. And if that means I lose the sale, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. We're never like, hey, this is a sales call. We're like, hey, the outcome of this call is irrelevant to us. Would we love for you to come join us if it's the right fit? Absolutely. But either way, we're here to challenge you. We're here to show you the blind spots. You okay with that? Because we are of service. We're coaches. Every single person on our team is a coach, which is pretty cool because we're always coaching and always just having these conversations. I love coaching. And so even in sales conversations or in any conversation, even if it is sales, there's always an element of coaching. Now, I'm not saying coach your people on a sales call for 45 minutes and like give them everything because it just wouldn't make sense. But don't be afraid to challenge them after you invite them. And if you're creating content and you don't invite in some way, shape, or form, if you don't promote yourself, your services in some way, shape, or form, and I'm not saying blatantly, hey, look at my coaching program. I'm saying like, hey, I am committed to being a powerful coach and my clients get results, and maybe you share a story of a client's success or something. Or if you don't, a story of your own success to prove that, what you're doing is working, whatever that may be. And that's it. Once you have that framework, you can say, okay, I'm going to plug in a podcast and Instagram. I'm going to show up powerfully, and then on every one of these things, I'm going to invite. Now, once the flood of traffic starts coming in, once you start making sales, then we start talking about, okay, how do we automate stuff? Email marketing. How can we create a freebie and a lead magnet? Maybe that's an ebook. Maybe that's a video. We've done them all. Maybe that's a free course. How do we bring people into that list? So now our content, we can also share to our email list to get more reach and to remind people, hey, we're here. Then after that, yes, could you have assets built out? Could you have membership sites built out? Could you have total coaching programs that are online and a hybrid of one-on-one and group like we do built out? Yes. But you got to get your first few clients. You got to get clients consistently, and there's nothing better. I think there's a massive opportunity on social media right now to show up even more raw, even more authentic, even more real, less cutting, less fancy stuff. Just like, here I am. You like it or you don't, and I'm here to create transformation. I'm here to speak my truth. And if that's for you, come join. And if it's not, totally cool. Last week, we had 2 clients hit their $10,000 months. So they are now 6-figure earner, $10,000 months. And when we interviewed them or asked them, or we poked and prodded into what was the big turning point for you, all of them said the same thing. Is I just stepped into more of who I knew I was. I just spoke powerfully. Not with more power, but I just spoke through me, which has more power. Because it's you, it's authentic, it's real. And I think there's a big opportunity right now because a lot of coaches are terrified of that. They're trying to, be liked by everybody, and a liked coach is a broke coach. A liked coach is a broke coach. I'm telling you. I used to try to be liked by everyone. I had no money. I had no clients, or they were all very low quality or didn't stay long. The second I was like, no, I'm here, this is me. It's like I had the perfect clients who didn't mind being challenged. We didn't mind having different beliefs about different things because we were at that level of I don't care what you believe religiously or anything. I'm just like, awesome. Awesome. Let's have a conversation about it. I love it. What do you believe about government? Let's talk about it. What do you believe about religion? Let's talk about it. What do you believe about love and relationships and sex? Let's talk about it. And I repelled those who would get offended or, when their entire reality was challenged because of a question, instead of getting defensive and fighting back, they'd say, never thought about it that way. Let me go think about it. those are the clients I want. Those are probably the clients you want. Really hope this helped. In the comments, let me know if anything landed, if you can take anything away from this conversation. Let me know in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. That's really the only thing I ask. Subscribe, leave a comment, help us with some engagement. Let me know what's going on, and if you agree, disagree, if you want to add something to the conversation. And if you want to take this conversations a step further, check out www.lucasrubix.com. On the website, you'll find the Coaches University. That's your stay until you get paid coaching program. If you are building a coaching business and you're at $0 or just a few $1,000s a month and you want to get to that $10,000 a month mark, then check out the Coaches U. We not only give you the tools and the strategies and the tactics and everything in that department, but we're massive on soul development, spirit development, personal development, really stepping into more of who you are, challenging you so you show up powerfully every single day. You become a leader. And ultimately, the level of leadership that we step into will absolutely impact, if anything, reflect the level of business we build. So if you're up for a challenge, check out the Coaches University. If not, hang out on this channel. Really hope you enjoy it. And with that said, I'll talk to you soon.